I can't wait to get with you. Get me to the weekend.
Welcome to the Channel R Betty Boo special. The legendary singer-songwriter is joining us to talk about Get Me to the Weekend, her first new solo record in 30 years.
Gonna get with you. Gonna get with you. Get me to the weekend. Gonna get with you.
We'll be playing the new single, plus some Betty Boo classics.
How are you?
Yes, I'm fine. I'm just being back and everything's kind of, busy.
Yeah, it is. And I noticed the 80s influence in the song.
Yeah, there's a sample of Love Action by Human League, and I'd written the song with my co-writer and co-producer Andy Wright, and we'd written the song already, and then we went back to it, and we thought, you know what sounded really good in there is that Love Action bass line and the guitar bit at the beginning, and we plonked it in there, and it was magical. It was so good. We just thought, oh my gosh, this is so upbeat, and it just changed it, took it up a level, so we decided to go with it, and here we are with it out and released and everything, and that's how it came about.
It's got a great title.
Yeah, Get Me to the Weekend. It was like, I felt like it just during the pandemic, every day felt like the same day, and the weekend didn't feel like the weekend, and we just thought, it's the kind of that's what inspired the title. So we just sort of fantasized about going away and going on holiday, and going out driving up to the hills and all sorts of things, and and it's been, loads of people love it. Somehow it's got a retro feel, but it's got a modern twist to it as well. So, and probably an unexpected kind of, revival of that song as well. To be able to revive it, it's an absolute joy.
Oh yeah. What made you decide to come back into music then? 'Cause have you still carried on with music, or did you completely stop?
No, I carried on. I stopped for a fair bit. I stopped when I was 25-ish, and I got back into it through songwriting for other people. I just got asked to get involved with, still knew loads of people in the industry and stuff like that. And I just so happened to, I knew Simon Cowell actually before everyone knew as the famous person, to run a label on Arista or RCA, and he was putting together a girl group, and but he actually turned down the Spice Girls, so he's really sore about it, and he wanted to develop his own kind of girl group. So he asked me to get involved and help make some tunes and mentor them a little bit. So that was my sort of reintroduction into music, and then it sort of escalated from there, because I wrote a song called Pure and Simple for this group that he had called Girl Thing, and he didn't really like it, so it was assigned to a kind of a Japanese import that nobody in this country heard, and nobody really heard of Girl Thing either, so that sort of went on the shelf, and then 2 or 3 years later, I think, do you remember the program Pop Stars, where Hearsay were launched?
Yes.
And it was the first program of its kind, that format of putting a group together, or a talent contest. Well, it was a new version of the old sort of talent shows back in the 70s. So Nikki Chapman was on the panel, I remember, and with Pete Waterman, and they knew the song Pure and Simple because I'd actually worked with Pete Waterman on it, because he wanted to produce it for the girl group, and he did do some production on it actually, and then so they said, well, why don't we give Hearsay that song as the record to launch them? And they did it, and it was number one and fastest selling record. It sort of, I think it was in the record world, the Guinness Book of Records. It beat sort of Candle to the Wind or something like that. So it sold millions, surprisingly. So, but that after that, it got an Ivor Novello award, and I guess I was sort of established as a songwriter for other people and songwriter for hire, I guess. So I was still doing it, and I did it for a while, and then I don't know. I just sort of I really deep down really wanted to do something for myself, because a lot of my ideas are sort of unique to me as an artist. So, you know, the sort of rapping style or the kind of quirkiness that I had, it doesn't suit everybody. So, deep down, I think I really wanted to make a record. So I did it just before the lockdown, started it with Andy, and then we finished, you know, chipped away at it during lockdown and finished it. And we've actually made a second album as well. So the creativity has been pretty good. But I didn't think I'd have all these ideas in my head. You know, you just don't know. You just have to turn up for work. You got to start somewhere, even if it's getting a few ideas, lyric ideas, and you can't sort of go, oh, I'm not inspired today. You know, you could be just reading something online and you get inspired, or you just go out for a walk or go for a drive, go to the supermarket. You know, your mind has to be open, I think. I've always liked doing just the odd thing here and there. But I didn't really have any ambition to sort of come back as an artist, because it didn't seem like the right time. But now seems to be the right time, because I guess deep down, you know, if you've been a pop star in your early 20s, you always think, well, actually, it's in the industry, you're sort of over the hill. If you're older than 25, you know, that was the case back in the day. And thinking of making a comeback is absolutely ludicrous. So, but then I got really inspired by lots of artists that I've met along the way, who I've done some. When I did a lot of retro festivals, I have done over the past 5-6 years. People like Rick Astley have made comebacks, Tommy Hadley, Bananarama. And I thought, well, gosh, they're doing it. Why can't I do it? So, and I was really inspired by them. And they didn't think, oh, we're too old, or don't be silly, you know. I just thought that's great. It's really brilliant that they decided to do it. And so it gave me the kind of confidence to do that.
Are you going to be, along with, I know you've written, as you say, you've written another album as well. Have you got any plans for doing any more of the festivals then, now with all your new music? I think I'm going to, what I'd like to do is, because I set up my own record label as well. So we've called it Betty Boo Records quite uniquely. Yeah, quite right. I think what I'd like to do is put a couple of, maybe 2 or 3 singles out, because I've got a lot of making up to do, and then bring out the album, say, early summer. And by that time, hopefully, you know, I'll be able to, people will like to see me live and go out there and perform. And I'm hoping to do some festivals. I'm waiting to see if I'm going to do some, but I'm sure I will, because I've been doing them every year, apart from the year that we missed out on, of course. Oh, I hope everything goes really well for you, because this song is really good. And so hopefully everything else will go well for you, and it'll all do go. And maybe I'll get to see you when you start getting out and about.
No, definitely. So I'm sure.
Well, thanks ever so much for talking to me today. It's been really great to speak to you.
And to you. Well, take care of yourself, Tara.
I will. Thank you, Alison. You too. Take care.
Okay, take care. Bye.
Bye.